Welcome to my channel. We got big news today. We're going to talk about the big four pattern companies. Those are Simplicity, Vogue, McCall's, and Vogue. There's a couple other ones underneath that umbrella as well. We're going to go through that today. If you haven't watched my other one, go ahead. I'm going to link it below in the description and you can go watch it. Please like and subscribe my videos. If you like this video, YouTube will know that you liked it and it will give it to more people that are interested in sewing, because this is very important sewing news that we're all interested in. We want to reach as many people as possible when I do these industry reports. So anyway, watch the other one so you get some more background on all of this. I'm going to do an update now because the bankruptcy judge has made some decisions and I want to go through those with you right now. So in this video, I usually do I never have notes for my videos, and I don't know if you can tell that or not, but I never use notes. I ad-lib everything. I edit raw. Sometimes I do have one of my VAs. She'll come in and add some things like subscribe and stuff because I just don't have time to do that when I'm running 3 companies. So I wanted to, so I have some notes. So because I don't want to get my dates wrong. I don't want to get the names of the companies wrong. And I don't want to memorize them all. So that's what I'm going to do today with you. And again, subscribe to my channel so you can keep up with everything. I just reached 1,530, I think I have. Yeah, I think something like that anyway. And so I'm really excited. I want to keep going. I finally got monetized, which I was really excited about a couple months ago. Now I've had a lot of videos that have low views, so I got to work on that. So the more you spread the word, the more it helps me, the more I appreciate you, the more I love you. So anyway, let's get to work. They just went through the bankruptcy sale and it was just approved by the judge. But I want to give you an update on who bought what. And there's a couple of concerns we have with the buyers, but we're just going to cross our fingers, and so is the judge. So anyway, the 4 brands of Simplicity, Butterick, McCall's, and Vogue. Now, Simplicity owns a couple other, there's like a couple other like divisions underneath Simplicity. So we're not going to name all of those. I know that you guys know there's a few other brands that are like names of patterns that are underneath these. But we're just going to go with the big 4 for right now. These 4 brands, they were all under the IG Design Group Americas. Okay, so there's two IG design companies. One is an American division and one is the European division. The European division is just fine. They're not going through any problems. They're solid. They're in business. I was in Scotland. I went by a fabric shop that I saw in Sterling, and they had a big sign in the window, Simplicity Patterns 50% off. You can go online and get those deals all the time, by the way. Their initials, the acronym is DGA, okay? They filed bankruptcy, the America division, not the European division, just the America division. They were losing money, and so they filed bankruptcy on July 3rd, 2025 in Houston, Texas. And the judge, his name is Christopher Lopez. He's the judge in charge of this bankruptcy. So what the company did was they sold, what happened was the big 4 sold all their company for $1 to a liquidator, okay? And now that liquidator put all of these up for sale, all of these divisions. So inside of IG Design Group Americas, there's many different companies or like divisions, I guess you can call them. But so you have the main umbrella, the umbrella looks like this. It's IG Design Group here. And then underneath here is all the pattern companies. And then your gift wrapping paper and all of that. And then your ribbons. And then your toys and crafting and play kits and stuff like that. Those, and they're all different like mini companies, I guess you can call them. And so what the liquidator wanted to do and what IG did in their bankruptcy is they want to sell off the different divisions. And then they wanted to shut down the parts of the brand that aren't working anymore. Unfortunately, that's the ribbon. I was so sad. How many times do you, like I was just on Michael's on Michael's online. I should have showed you all the ribbons I bought. And they had like buy 3, get 3 free or something like that. And I was buying our ribbons, and I'm just thinking, I buy a ton of ribbon, don't we all? And we make bows out of them. And I mean, I just don't understand how a ribbon division is just going to be closed down. So no one's buying the ribbon division. I guess it's just such a lost leader that nobody's interested in reviving it. And that's really sad to me. But anyway, let's go through the timeline. So then the court set the auction process on July 17th. September 8th, that just passed few weeks ago, was the deadline for all the final bids. And then on September 11th, they had their auction. So that's where the big news comes in. And on September 17th, Judge Lopez approves all of these sales. Okay. Closings are expected to happen by the end of 2025. So let's talk about who bought what. So the big pattern division, the big four, they were sold to existing management that's already existing managing them, plus Rubelman Capital for $2.25 million. Now, this is where the concern is. The good part is if there's existing management, that tells me that Rubelman Capital wants to keep it going. The concern is that Rubelman Capital is a private investor, private equity. Private equity companies tend not to do really well with being, when they buy companies, they tend to either fold them, get whatever they can out of them, close them. I mean, they just have kind of like a bad rep. It's what happened to Joanne. So you got a private equity that got involved and it just went downhill from there. So there's concerns there, but I'm going to be hopeful. And let's all be hopeful that they want to work with the existing management of these companies and keep them going. They not just bought the value of the patterns, the brands, the names, and all the stuff that goes with them, but they also bought one of the plants that makes the paper patterns. So they bought one of those. They bought the machine that makes the paper patterns. They bought a whole bunch of Brother printers. They really liked the printers for some reason because I think they bought all of the Brother printers that were included, that were on the auction. And they bought a couple other things that gives us that signal that they're going to stay in business and we're going to continue to have paper patterns, or you can choose when you buy from them, you can do digital or paper. So that was that news. Then the Craft Play and Notions brand, which are like Boyle, Dimensions, and people like that, they were sold to a company called Advantis Corp. The gift and stationery segments, that's including Paper Magic, Blumenthal, and Berwick, they were sold to WIPHA Holdings. So again, that sounds like I didn't look up who they were, but it sounds like they're also a private equity company. And then all the dated products like calendars were sold to Carousel Worldwide. And that is a company that does sell calendars. So that's good. Gift wrap and stationery brands like Gibson and Gift Wrap Company, they were sold to the CBC Group. And a lot of the machinery from a lot of these companies was sold to American Greetings. And then guess what? The ribbon division, nobody bought it. So that was the sad part about that. Big Four Pattern says they're going to continue under their new ownership. So they're not disappearing, at least not for now. The ribbon side of the business is shutting down completely. I just want to cry when I talk about it. I'm just like, oh my gosh, do I need to go out and buy a bunch of ribbon? Or are there a lot of other ribbon companies making ribbon? I'm not so sure. It's unclear how many employees are going to be retained or what it's going to look like with production moving forward. But a lot of sewists and designers and people like us, we are watching this very closely. I will keep you updated with any kind of news. This was a big shakeup in the sewing world, kind of freaked a lot of us out, but at least our big four pattern brands are going to be here. They found a buyer. They're going to be staying around. and I will let you know. So please like, subscribe, share this update with your fellow crafters, sewers, and everybody. I would really appreciate that so much from you, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.